Welcome to Legacy Leaders, a weekly talk show with national and local thought leaders on issues impacting the South Florida Black community. Now introducing our host, Anne-Marie Sorrell.
Welcome to Legacy Leaders. I'm your host, Anne-Marie Sorrell, President and CEO of the Mosaic Group, your award-winning global marketing, advertising, and public relations agency. Today, I'm joined by Mayor Wayne Messam of the City of Miramar, and we will be discussing the state of the city and what's happening in Miramar. Welcome, Mayor Wayne Messam.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Great. It's great to be back on the program.
It's always great to have you, Mayor. So, we're going to be talking about the state of the city and what's happening in Miramar. I'm sure there's so much going on. But before we do that, I want to, allow you to give our audience who may not be familiar with you or may not be familiar with the city of Miramar, as well as your journey to becoming mayor. So if you just share a brief background of your journey, where you started and how you became mayor of the city of Miramar, that'd be great.
Wow, I was just a crazy former athlete, played football at Florida State University, brief stint with the Bengals in the NFL, and jumped into the business place and started a couple of businesses and settled in the city of Miramar, which is the southwesternmost city in Broward County and just north of Miami-Dade, and decided to have this crazy idea just to get involved in our community, my wife and I. And one thing led to another. I ran for city commission, was elected, and served 4-year terms. And then in 2015, the voters of Miramar elected me our city's first Black mayor. And our city has just been progressing leaps and bounds since. And I'm very honored and humbled to lead such an amazing city, Florida's 13th largest city and the business mecca of the Tri-County area.
I love that. Love the branding of the city. So let's talk about, as your role as mayor, you have a lot to oversee in the city. There's always something going on, whether it's economic development, public safety, how you engage residents, making sure you have the proper city services and it's accessible and easy for the residents, and so many other things that cities do that most people may not even just understand the magnitude of it all, and how you have to kind of keep all of that working and flowing on a daily basis with your city administration. So, let's dive right into the state of the city, what's happening, what's the latest. I don't know if you want to start with like economic development to kick it off.
Well, I guess I'll first start with how I began doing the state of the city. My predecessor would have a state of the city, but it was a small group of business owners where that presentation took place. I expanded it, made it much more interactive, and turned it into a community conversation by basically addressing what our community needed. The city of Miramar relatively is still a young city and was still developing I guess not necessarily a reputation, but just an identity. South Florida is very busy. We have so many dynamic cities in South Florida, and we wanted to make our mark to be able to respond to our residents. So my very first state of the city basically talked about the aspirations of just improving quality of life in the city of Miramar and telling our story. We had become such a diverse community, such a very active economic hub, and no one really knew about this. So I began telling that story. Most people don't know that the city of Miramar, we have more Fortune 500 companies that are either nationally or regionally based in the city of Miramar. That includes West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. And the reason why we've become that location and business of choice is because of our location and our good quality of life and access. We are equidistant between Port of Miami and Port Everglades, equidistant between Miami International Airport and Fort Lauderdale International Airport. And you can get anywhere in South Florida within 30 to 40 minutes, including Palm Beach County. And with I-75 and the turnpike traversing through our city, logistics is paramount. And we have some very successful industrial parks where all these businesses reside. So I began telling the story about our quality of life for our residents, which means our housing stock, parks and recs and culture. We've partnered with Broward County to extend tourism to the Sawgrass because we're in the west end of the county. We have, everyone knows Miramar for our culture, the many events that we have. So when people have fun at the beach in Fort Lauderdale, they can come over and get either West Indian or our Hispanic culture in the city of Miramar. Last year, our topic on the state of the city was Miramar being your forever city. After talking about what we had to offer our residents and what we had to offer to the business community, we began to share why you can live in Miramar, whether you're a young professional, whether you're upward mobile business business person in the prime of your career, or an entrepreneur, as well as retirees. We talked about all of those amenities that the city has been working on in terms of our infrastructure, things to do for quality of life, for the dining experience. And this year, we're really highlighting not just our local roots and how we are serving our local community. We're now having the conversation on how Miramar has become an international destination as it relates to trade. We have so much commerce that takes place in the city of Miramar, and we like to connect our small business owners with our mid-sized businesses and with some of our local brands that are here in the city of Miramar. And we're going to tell that story. And we look forward to inviting everyone on October 30th on 6:30 p.m. and we're having it at an amazing facility, Fanatics. For those sports enthusiasts, you may know Fanatics. It is the world's premier exclusive memorabilia company. No matter what you want in the sports industry, if you want an autograph hockey puck from this year's Stanley Cup champions, Florida Panthers, and some of the ice from the rink, you can get that from Fanatics. And their headquarters is right in the city of Miramar. Many people don't know that. So when you're looking at games in Tokyo or Toronto or London or Seattle, and you see Fanatics on the billboard, they're right here in the city of Miramar, and our residents will get a chance to see that facility. They'll see our story. And that's just one example of the great successes in the city of Miramar.
Well, that's amazing. What are some of the other companies that are based there? You talked about, or even some that may have recently relocated there.
Well, as you know, we've been the long-term home of Spirit Airlines in the city of Miramar. Carnival Cruise Lines and Royal Caribbean's operations are here. The Royal Caribbean and Carnival have their national sales office right out of the city of Miramar, employing thousands of our residents and neighboring neighbors. You have companies like FedEx, Lexus. You have luxury brands like Stefano Ricci, which we were able to attract from New York City. Stefano Ricci is an exclusive clothier. They target a very high net worth clientele, and many people don't even know about this brand, which has about 90 stores worldwide. They only wholesale to Neiman Marcus, and they service all of North America right out of the city from Central America and South America. They have so many well-known brands in those international locations, and they're expanding and bringing those products here. And by connecting them with the U.S. Department of U.S. Commerce through Port Everglades, we're educating them on how they can extend manufacturing into the U.S. to be able to make foreign direct investment right in the city of Miramar and be able to use Miramar as the gateway into North America and the U.S., as well as to Europe and the Middle East. And going back outward on the export end, you have many American brands that don't necessarily want to take the risk to domicile in the Caribbean or domicile in Latin America. They come to South Florida and Miramar, where they have access to the talent and human capital, but can safely provide services and products in those various emerging markets. So we're really excited about when we're able to to connect businesses, to show them the possibilities through the city of Miramar.
That's amazing. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to go right into what to expect with the state of the city and some highlights. Be right back.
This election, our community can speak up and take control of our future in Miami by voting yes for Watson Island Park. Voting yes means hundreds of new jobs, $15 million in affordable housing investments, and a new public park for all residents. Join community leaders in voting yes for Watson Island Park number 292 by November 5th. It's more than a public park. It's an investment in our future.
This November, City of Miami voters have the chance to shape a brighter future for our community at zero cost to taxpayers.
Voting yes for Watson Island means a new public waterfront,
Dedicated funding for affordable housing.
investments in infrastructure, and new jobs.
And the best part? It will be done at zero cost to taxpayers.
A yes on 294 is a yes to a vision all of Miami can enjoy.
Miami residents, say yes for Watson Island.
We're made, surrounded, and thrown into it, fed, energized, and supported by it. Water makes everything possible, from the very firsts to the everyday, during the make or breaks, or after lazy days, for the dreams come true, and everything in between. Because water is life.
Welcome back, Mayor Messam. So with the state of the city coming up, what can residents and those who plan to attend expect? What are some, without giving it all away, what are some key highlights or takeaways that you will want those who are in attendance to gather?
So the state of the city is designed to speak to a couple of audiences. First, to our residents. When you attend as a resident of the city of Miramar, you understand the improvements we've done to our infrastructure as relates to transportation within our city. You learn about housing opportunities. As we all know, throughout South Florida, housing is a big challenge, and it's important to us because to be able to attract businesses, you got to have a diversity of housing stock that is affordable and attainable, regardless of the socioeconomic status of that employment. So that is big efforts that we've been putting. We'll announce how many number of units that are coming online, as well as the services that are available to our residents. If you're in the business community, you understand in terms of what the city of Miramar is doing in terms of resources for small and local businesses, as well as major corporations, and the network opportunities we put together. You understand, for example, this year we have an international theme. We've officially started off our sister city program. We've made our first twinning with our first official sister city, which is Belize City. We recently got back from a trade mission in Italy, where we will have an Italian delegation that will be I'll be hosting actually next week in the city of Miramar, where we have 7 wineries that are coming from Italy to look at 2 of the nation's largest distributors, which are headquartered in Miramar. That's Breakthrough, as well as Southern Glade Spirits. Their national headquarters is in Miramar, and they're looking to expand their product line into the United States through Miramar. They'll be attending the FITSE conference in the week before the state of the city, and we'll be hosting them, touring them in the city. We like to share these opportunities because we have local businesses that perhaps will be a part of that supply chain that can service them. They'll need accounting. They perhaps may need leasing space, warehousing space, distribution companies. We want to make sure we make those connections. So we're really hands-on as it relates to making the investment in our city as streamlined as possible. And it takes that type of lift. So we're going to be sharing those opportunities. We'll talk about If you are a visitor, what can you expect? In terms of our Miramar being a destination, our Miramar Cultural Center, we have an amazing cultural season every year, a lineup of diverse acts, whether it's ballet, whether it's concerts, whether it's teaching classes. You can come to Miramar and enjoy these experiences. We recently launched our 9/11 Memorial. And when I tell you it is a spectacular display of reverence to that solemn day. It literally rivals any national mall or Smithsonian exhibit or monument in Washington, D.C. You literally can lift this Veterans and 9/11 Memorial and place it in Washington, D.C. that would complement the spectacular national treasures that we see in DC when we visit there. And that's just one example of how we are becoming a destination. Everyone comes to our Miramar Amphitheater for mini concerts. When you come into Regional Park, you see this 9/11 Memorial, and we're really highlighting its existence, and we're inviting the community to come out. So without getting into the details, everyone knows it's not a boring state of the city. I make it very interactive. I tell a story. I have that conversation with our residents, and our residents, our businesses, and our visitors walk away with a great example of what Miramar has to offer. I talk about our challenges. For example, we're in a big fight right now with Miami County. Miami-Dade County is looking to advance their way of processing trash, and they have proposed in one of the sites very close to the city of Miramar to build what will be the nation's largest incinerator. And we are adamant about this opposition. So I'll be giving an update on that and where we are and why it's so important for us to continue to fight against that immediate threat. So I really have honest conversations on what our challenges are, what the city is doing to meet those challenges and turning them into opportunities. And it's a great conversation. I look forward to seeing everyone October 30th at 6:30 p.m. at Fanatics. It's located at 15701 Southwest 29th Street. I know many of the audience likes to have like landmarks. So when you're coming off of I-75, you just go west on Miramar Parkway. As soon as you get to the first light dikes, you make your right and you'll see signs that'll direct you to Fanatics.
Well, I love the, I don't know if this is a new tagline or just for the state of the city, local roots and global reach. What made you come up with that?
Well, the thing is that we like to honor our residents. People ask, well, wow, so much is going on in Miramar. There's so many cultural events, the outreach to the small business community. Well, the reason why we have that is because we're listening to our residents. We're listening to our business community. They're telling us what they want. And we just direct our public resources to meeting those needs. And I think more cities should do that. Obviously, there's always ways to improve and to connect with our residents. But we want to be rooted with our residents. Everything we do, we want to keep our residents and our corporate residents in mind. So that's where the local roots come from. The global reach means that now, we already have global reach. We're just now telling our story. We're sharing with our residents the international activity that's taking place and the city's strategic efforts to expand that reach. We are, along with the Italian delegation, along with those businesses that will come here, we're actually bringing in what we would call the county administrator and support staff for Rome. The county in Rome, where the city of Rome, Italy resides, they're coming with that delegation. We visited them a few months back, and now they're coming, attending the FITC conference, which stands for Florida International Trade and Culture Exhibit that takes place at the Broward Convention Center. And a part of that trip, they'll be touring the city of Miramar to see what relationships and what synergies that we can foster. So we're really excited about this opportunity. We've had trade missions into Africa. We've gone to Ghana. We've gone to South America. We've gone down to Central America and Panama. Obviously, in Jamaica, we have a very strong relationship with the city of Kingston. Miramar has one of the largest Jamaican populations outside of Jamaica. I think it's rumored to be the 5th largest. And so we strategically try to make synergies with large population groups in the city of Miramar to see how we can expand these opportunities.
Well, that is amazing. Sounds like a lot of opportunity. I should be coming to Miramar more often. We're going to take a quick commercial break and then we'll come back with just some key takeaways for our audience. Be right back.
I'm Sheriff Morris Young. Illicit marijuana laced with illegal drugs like fentanyl have destroyed lives. I know because I've seen it firsthand. Amendment 3 will save lives by making marijuana safe, regulated, and lab tested. Amendment 3 will protect our community from dangerous illegal drugs while allowing law enforcement to focus on serious crimes. Vote yes on Amendment 3, the smarter and safer choice for Florida.
Promoted 6 times by Democrats and Republicans, Chief James Reyes has earned bipartisan support to serve as our sheriff.
I'm Chief James Reyes. As the only candidate with executive leadership experience in a sheriff's office, I'm ready to lead on day one. As your sheriff, I will invest in training and accountability for our officers, create an independent public corruption unit, and deploy new technology so we can aggressively take on crime and keep our neighborhoods safe. It would be an honor to serve my hometown as your sheriff.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Messam and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family, our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters, because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Messam and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Welcome back, Mayor Messam. Well, it seems like there's going to be a wealth of information taking place at the State of the City address and event. And, I think a lot of times, especially with you having so many audiences that will be in attendance, what are some key call to actions that you may be giving those who are in attendance? You come and you get all this information and then now what?
Well, we have all of our departments there. So if you're a business that's looking to do business with the city of Miramar, or perhaps to learn more about our foreign trade zone and how you can get connected, we have our staff on site where you can follow up with them. You have a specific contact, a specific person that you can follow up with. One of the beauties of attending is that you meet other people, other businesses. It's an excellent networking event. There is no reason why you should not know what's going on in your city. Or if you have an interest in Miramar, you'll have a front row seat of what is coming. One of the developments that we will be announcing actually came out of my very first State of the City. If you're in Miramar, where City Hall is, right off of Red Road and the Turnpike, in Miramar Parkway, which is like the center of our city. It's the gateway into our city off of the Turnpike. It borders Miramar Parkway. And we talked about the possibilities of 200 acres becoming the economic and synergy of our city. I showed renderings and animations of mid-rise businesses, parks, open space, restaurants, and folks really could not conceive that happening in the city of Miramar. Lo and behold, we have a major proposal from the Miramar Park of Commerce developers, where Channel 7, which is the Fox affiliate in South Florida, is moving their TV station to Miramar, now joining NBC6 that is already in the city of Miramar. We have a major little mini city called The Park. It's over $1 billion development, 2,800 units, a hotel, an entertainment center, parks, retail, restaurants, right along the Miramar Parkway, leading right into town center. That is currently under development right now. So it's really a manifestation where you can speak things into existence by strategically, intentionally working with property owners talking about the possibilities, and making sure that you are bringing ideas and vision to life. And to be able to share this with our residents not only gives them the confidence that when we work together collaboratively as a city, we can be and do whatever we decide that we want to be. And we are unapologetic about what we do. We see no competition except for ourselves and our inability to be innovative. We are who we are. We're not trying to be Fort Lauderdale. We're not trying to be Miami. We know what our assets are. We know what our treasures are, and we build upon that. And we do our part to making all of South Florida an amazing place to go. Obviously, I'm biased to Miramar, but I just think South Florida has so much potential. I love going up north to my home county, Palm Beach County, and seeing the amazing things that are taking place in West Palm Beach. You go downtown Fort Lauderdale, downtown Miami, just so much energy and growth. We really live in an amazing region of our country, the diversity, the culture, the economic development, and to be a part to contribute in our South Florida growth is humbling, it's amazing, and I'm just honored to serve in a city that continues to progress.
That is amazing. Well, this all sounds super, super exciting. I definitely wish you much success on your upcoming State of the City address. Those who are listening, whether you're in Miramar or interested in working, doing business, or even moving to Miramar, sounds like there's a lot happening and you don't want to miss the upcoming State of the City address. Mayor Messam, if you could just state one more time the date, time, and location, that'll be great.
The State of the City will happen Wednesday, October 30th at 6:30 p.m. at Fanatics, located at 15701 Southwest 29th Street. That is just west of I-75 on Miramar Parkway. You get to Dykes, you just make a right going north to 29th Street, and it'll lead you right to Fanatics. So we look forward to seeing everyone. We do ask, the event is free, but we do ask everyone to register to attend so we can have the head count, and that is Miramar SOTC 2024.eventbrite.com. That's Miramar, S is in Sam, O is as in October, T is in treasure, C is in champion, 2024.eventbrite.com to get your free registration to let us know you're coming. And we look forward to seeing everyone at the 2024 State of the City.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mayor Wayne Messam, City of Miramar, and thank you for tuning in to Legacy Leaders. See you next time.
As a mom and small business owner, Annette Tadeo is running for clerk and comptroller to protect our tax dollars and achieve reforms. Annette Tadeo will regionalize the clerk's office, modernize technology services, and expand services to offer passport renewals. In Tallahassee, Fernandez Barquin voted for $1 billion in new sales taxes, took away our local control, and lowered wages on working families. Juan Fernandez Barquin, dangerous and